Welcome back into the Awesemo YouTube channel. My name's Geoff Ulrich, bringing you some Jock Market Week 17 NFL football picks. And if you haven't heard, Jock Market is the sponsor of this video, and they have turned fantasy sports into a stock exchange. Forget waiting until the end of the game to make money. Jock Market allows you to buy and sell shares of players in real time for real money with guaranteed payouts for all the shares at the end of the night. They have daily markets in NBA, MLB, NHL, and PGA. You can make real money every hour, every minute, every second of any match or game with Jock Market. You use the pregame IPO to pick up shares of your favorite players. Then you buy, sell, or hold them during the game based on your own analysis. Download the app to get started. Then you use our exclusive Awesemo promo code Awesemo for up to a $50 bonus on your first deposit. This is an exclusive offer only for the Awesemo community, so make sure to take advantage of it today. That's Awesemo for a $50 bonus on Jock Market to get you started. And something else that'll get you started for Week 17, these picks that I'm about to throw at you for the Jock Market streets. First player I want to mention for Week 17 is going to be Kyler Murray of the Arizona Cardinals. There's a couple reasons why I like targeting Kyler on the Jock Market app this week, but you know, the big news is here, I mean, there's just really low sentiment on the Cardinals. They're coming off 3 losses. Now they're playing the Dallas Cowboys. They're coming in as significant underdogs as well. And Kyler Murray has cooled off as a passer a little bit. He's only completing 61% of his passes over the last 3 games, but that's fine because guess what? Kyler's starting to run the ball more. He's now averaging 55 yards rushing in his last 3 games as well. Those rush yards for Kyler Murray, I think they're going to come in very, very handy against the Cowboys. We have a very big over-under in this game to target. And the Cowboys defense, they do get a lot of turnovers. They got a lot of talent in that secondary. But if you look at who Dallas has faced over the last 4 weeks at quarterback, it is a list of nobodies. The last real quarterback they faced was Derek Carr back in Week 12, and they allowed 373 yards to him as well. I think Kyler Murray can bounce back in the spot a little bit as a passer. And as we know, he's running the ball more. There's no DeAndre Hopkins. I think it's forcing him to run the ball a little more. And I think the low sentiment here is going to create some cheap shares to pick up on Jock Market. I think this game has a lot of shootout potential as well. And I think you're going to see some big fantasy totals. And I think the biggest fantasy total from this game could be from Kyler Murray. So I like targeting him in Jock Market this week. Second pick, let's go to the Seattle Seahawks. Definitely not a good offense, but there is a player who's playing really well there. His name is Rashaad Penny, a running back for the Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, Penny is a former first-round pick, had a multitude of injuries, but man, has he ever ascended the depth chart for Seattle over the last 4 weeks. He's now seen 10 or more carries in each of Seattle's last 4 games, and last week took 17 carries against a pretty good Chicago Bears rush defense and just made them look silly. He's now averaged 6.4 yards per carry over those last 4 games as well. So lots of big plays from Penny coming here. And, you know, the Seattle offense obviously lacking consistency in the passing game. They've got a coach in Pete Carroll who loves to run the ball, and now he's got a running back playing really good. I think you're going to see Rashaad Penny potentially push for 20, 25 touches in this game against Detroit. The Seahawks are at home. They're facing the Detroit Lions as significant favorites. So, and again, you know, we may have Tim Boyle starting on the other side as well. Realistically, either way, Seattle, big home favorites, probably going to be riding the run a lot. Rashaad Penny playing very, very well and going up against a weaker team. I think you're going to see him push for over 20 fantasy points. I think he's going to be a really good target on Jock Market. A lot of people still haven't bought into this story, but Penny's essentially now become the running back #1 for Seattle and getting a ton of touches. Last pick of the week. Let's go to that KC Cincinnati Bengals game because that's another game with really big shootout potential in my opinion. Got a big over-under attached to it. And I like Travis Kelce from this game quite a bit. You know, choosing who to target in this game, it could be trouble. Joe Mixon is interesting, Patrick Mahomes, but one area that the Cincinnati Bengals is really weak against covering, and that's tight ends. They have ceded 8.5 yards per attempt to the tight end position as well, allowing lots of yards, allowing lots of fantasy points as well. 6th most fantasy points allowed to opposing tight ends this year. And we know Travis Kelce obviously didn't play last week with the COVID issue, but you know, he recovered. He started practicing early in the week. So all things considered, Kelce looks like he's in good shape, didn't get too bogged down by the virus. And 2 weeks ago, he absolutely went nuts for 19 yards per catch versus the Chargers. Now he's got another weak linebacking crew to go against in the Cincinnati Bengals. And look, I think Kansas City is going to have to score points to win this game. I think the Cincinnati Bengals will be able to run the ball a little bit. So I like Kelce for another big week here. Definitely like targeting him on Jock Market. Again, I feel like Kelce going a little bit under the radar. People getting excited about Mark Andrews, you know, Zach Ertz. but Kelce definitely, to me, still the highest upside of all the tight ends. So I like targeting Travis Kelce week 17 as well. Let's just do a quick recap, guys. Again, for Jock Market, 3 picks for this week going to be Kyler Murray, Rashaad Penny out in Seattle, and then Travis Kelce for the Kansas City Chiefs. Those are going to be our 3 week 17 picks for Jock Market. Before you leave, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the Awesemo YouTube channel if you haven't done that already. Most importantly, have yourselves a great week 17 of the NFL. I'm Geoff Ulrich, and we'll talk to you soon.